Values. My name is Princess Joy. I'm sure you're wondering today why I'm not putting on. I got to the gym and was soaked with so much sweat, and I can't come, all sweaty. I just quickly had to put up my whole. Just pull it off and wear something comfortable. Yeah, for those of you that don't believe, well, ask anyone. I'm coming from the gym. Yes, I just had to change, Okay, it's Family and Values on Galaxy Television, where we are reaching out for the stars. Thank you for being a part of Healthy Thursday this morning. If this is the first time you're watching us, Family and Values is a show where we talk about everything that has to do with relationship, marriage, courtship, dating, friendship, acquaintance, name it. Your relationship, my relationship, your family, my family. I used to say everybody belongs to a family, and that is the make of the society. But we have topics ranging from dating to controversial relationship topics, and then Monday, Tuesday, and we don't leave the single parenting out of it. Everyone, the kids, we bring them. But our Thursdays are strictly dedicated to health. Because what is an unhealthy family? When the family is not healthy, forget it. Anything you're doing. My son had a little boil, not little, a boil on his finger, and I didn't sleep for days. Even this morning, I could literally feel the pain he was feeling. So you can understand, when one person in the family is sick, literally almost everyone in that family is sick. Yes, whether you accept it or not. That's why our Thursdays are left for health issues alone, and today you're not going to miss out, because today's topic, I'm sure you thought, I know about it, but don't worry. By the time we start the conversation, you know how it is on the fellowship. Once all our guests start digging it, that's when you say hello, so that's why it's going to be, last week Thursday we talked about breastfeeding, and and now I'm monitoring all those young girls. I saw one inside the bus. Instead of her breastfeeding, she was hiding. I said, open, give this child breast to suck, yes, So yeah, last week Thursday we talked about breastfeeding, and this Thursday there is another exciting topic that concerns everybody. This one, it reach everywhere. It reach even to the toddler, it reach. So you can understand, and I don't want it to go anywhere, because it's going to be a very interesting conversation. Welcome to the show. And I'm not alone. Whether I know she didn't believe that I'm coming from the gym, because she didn't see the other shirt that was soaked. I said, no, I can't come like this. Let me change and freshen up. She doesn't believe. I know now. But you know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about another person than Olori. Good morning, Mama Gen Z. Coming up with a little bit of Gen Z, but you didn't even near the gym this morning, so don't go. Did you even check your BP?
I need to say, because it's very important. I just need to relax. It's a beautiful morning.
Yeah, it
is. Your gym story, I hope you are putting it down in a script.
I am.
Scripting it very well.
I am.
That's lovely. It's a beautiful morning, like you heard her. It's a healthy Thursday. All you just need to do is to join us on the go. Join us on Family and Values Galaxy Television on AVO app. You can always find Galaxy Television there. On O Prime, you can always find Galaxy Television National Digitalized Station 741, channel 741. You can also get us there, and all the social media application you can have around you. This will help you to follow us and be in tune with us from time to time. And don't forget your start times. If you're at home, 110, you can join us on that too. So yesterday was fun, and today is another day that the Lord has made. We'll rejoice and be glad in it.
Of course we'll rejoice.
Because today is the 5th of September. September is running.
The way it's running, I'm not understanding.
I'm enjoying it.
Hey, you're enjoying what? Please, please, don't leave it for us.
Maybe it's for a reason. Maybe it's for a purpose. God does not do anything without any reason, and that reason is best known to Him.
Very true.
So if you know what He's about to do, or you're anticipating to God on something, you're believing that I'm working towards this thing and I want this kind of result. You will want it to, like, I'm loving the way it's coming, I'm loving the way it's coming. So whether I've seen it, whether I'm yet to see it, I believe something is behind this fast track.
For those of us that still have kids resuming, now you now know why we are praying that.
Yes, now everybody have kids that is resuming and they will need to pay school fees. You have children in university, you have children in the primary school, you have in the secondary, you have again, you have ones learning skills. Of course, definitely, whether it's online advancement in the academic.
Everybody's resuming.
Everybody is paying. They will pay.
We go pay.
We have to pay. It is compulsory we pay because we want them to, you know, to gain the knowledge that they have started, and they need to conclude it. And in the process of conclusion, they will even stop it. Bam, that one they don't want to hear story. You do the supplemental payment at a particular time, at a particular date. If they are not saying it at that time, forget it. Don't even bother yourself to log on because you will not be able to access the class.
Anyway,
so it's all good. We are all looking forward to one school fees or the other responsibility plenty. Many people when they pay for house rent.
It choke.
Responsibility plenty.
It choke.
Okay, so what are we talking about? Everyone is involved. Like we always say, the common man on your street, in your community, around you, in your place of work, even to the least, you know, grade level in your place of establishment, is from a family. He may be a man or woman, is either married or yet to be married or planning to be married, or even single parents. So that's what Family and Value is all about. Just reminding us the responsibilities ahead of us and what is expected of us as a father, as a mother, as a brother, as an uncle. So on that note, my name remains Olori Adejoke Adubi David. My friends call me Olori AJ. Today is going to be another wonderful Thursday, and I want to believe that you're going to have a splendid time with us. So stay back.
It's indeed going to be another wonderful Thursday. Now, September is actually a mental health this month. There's a lot of advocates. I saw a video
just like last month, just like for women.
I saw a video online that melted my heart this morning. There is this popular skit content creator. She saw a man that people thought was actually mad. Let me use that because his dreads were so locked, and what he was eating, people deserted him. By the time she approached and discovered that nothing is wrong with the man, she came in with her team, cut his hair. By the time she transformed, you will not believe that it's the same man that she met that few hours ago. And it was just a case of the man falling into depression. Family and now everybody is posting and saying, oh, family, come back, come and locate this man. Anyway, we'll get into that conversation that day. Let's go on our mini feature because our guest is already standing by via Zoom to join our conversation. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back. Yes. Today's conversation is on sexual health. Don't shy away, don't close your eyes, don't worry. If you have the teenagers there, don't shift them away. Everybody, I said this subtle topic cuts across everyone. Don't let anybody go by your side, or don't reduce the volume. Lots of parents now want to reduce. Don't worry. We are talking about sexual health, and it's important we all have this conversation. Now we have a doctor joining us via Zoom. Good morning, Dr. Omotolani. I hope she's there right there. Dr. Omotolani, good morning to you.
A beautiful morning to you. So, is she on?
Is she on?
Okay. While we're waiting for her, sexual health.
Sexual health. Okay. Now, what was the first thing that got into your mind when the topic was rolled out?
You know, anytime you hear sexual, it actually opens your mind to the deeper truth and knowledge about our existence. You know, as a woman, as a man, it cuts across all. And it talks about how you sexually take care of yourself.
Okay.
Your private parts, your those little.
Oh, okay. Dr. Mosalani has joined us. Good morning. A very good morning to you, Dr.
Good morning.
Mosalani.
Good morning.
She is joining us all the way across the shores of Nigeria. She's not in Nigeria. She is a mental health advocate and also a therapist and a practitioner. She is also one who has had a lot of studies. So when she sent me her profile, she is a managing partner, Crystal Mental Health Care and Health Education Services. She's also a senior family health officer, Live Well Initiative. Good morning.
Good morning, Dr.
Good morning to you. How are you doing this morning? I love the smile this morning. Good morning to you. Okay, yes, we are discussing sexual health, and I'm sure it still has to do with what you also do, because when you talk about family health, you also talk about, there's no how you won't mention sexual health when you're dealing with family health. But my question to you this morning is, what is sexual health all about? For people who are trying to understand why we are having this conversation, sexual health. Now, let's hear from you. What is sexual health all about?
Thank you for your question. So when you talk about sexual health, as we all know, health is a state of well-being that involves various aspects of human life, such as your physical health. I heard you talking about exercise this morning, such as your mental, psychological well-being. Your sexual well-being is also tied to your health and your well-being holistically. Financial well-being, social well-being. So when you talk about sexual health, you're talking about a vital aspect of human living that is important for various things such as reproduction, to boost your mood, to enhance your sleep, to release healthy chemicals in your body that will make you thrive, to help you stay well and alive. So sexual health is an aspect of health that has to do with various genders and how they are able to express their sexual needs. That's what sexual health is about. It's a form of well-being for human existence.
Thank you very much, Dr. Talani. Okay, I want to find out, how can we maintain our sexual health? And can you please be specific about this area of our sexual health that we're really talking about? So how can we maintain these particular areas of our sexual health? In what area? What are those things we need to take cognizance of? Those things we should not leave undone or take for granted. Whether you are young, you're old, you are still very tiny, yet to identify what it means, what the mother should do to help to aid that child. What are these ways to maintain it?
Thank you for your question. So the first thing you must know when it comes to sexual health is identifying your gender preference, because nowadays we have various genders, and even with the advance of people changing their sex, we need to first identify that. And when we now identify our gender preference, and you're able to know that, okay, I'm a man, I'm a woman, because we'll all release hormones called pheromones, that are like sex hormones. And these hormones, based on your psychological well-being, would attract you. Most times we have the heterosexual to the opposite sex. So as a parent, the first thing is to identify your child's sexual identity and preference, gender in particular. Then as we grow, when you get to the adolescence, when a lot of hormones are released for attraction, you need to identify their preference and guide them towards choosing their sexual preference, such as heterosexual, most especially, which is what is acceptable from over the years. But because of other things in the developed world, it's important we first know what people identify as in order to talk about their sexual health. Then the other aspect of knowing about sexual health when you're an adult is to identify what makes you attracted to the opposite sex, what makes you want to have sex with somebody. because sex in itself is important for your well-being. So you need to understand how your body functions. How do you have you ever felt attracted to the opposite sex? If you are married, do you see sex as something you want or like? Because there are various things that can influence the way people would want sex, like their stress level, like various things happening in their life, the way they even see sex in itself from when they were growing up. For example, someone that has been raped and abused or sexually molested may not understand that sex is supposed to be pleasurable. Sex is something that is supposed to help you thrive, because sex will release a lot of healthy hormones in your body, like serotonin that can help you prevent depression, like endorphins that can help you prevent pain, emotional or physical pain, like dopamine that is important for productivity in the human body, even oxytocin that is going to help you feel good and relaxed, prolactin that is supposed to help you sleep. Most times, most men, when they have sex, they sleep off almost immediately. So prolactin is something that is released during sex. So it's important that you understand what makes you want to have sex, because most people, when they are adults, due to the various responsibilities of adulthood, their stress level, and the way they see sex, may not understand that sexual health is important for their well-being because of its effect on the human body, the human mind, and your ability to function holistically. So they may not appreciate it, but it's important people understand their body system. People understand what makes them want to have sex. People work on things that don't make them want to have sex. I don't know if that my explanation helps.
With all the thank you with all the medical terms, yes, it did. I could understand for each particular one. Yes, to see.
I'm trying to put all those sin and sin and sin into.
Now to understand where all this sin and sin is coming from. Yeah. but let me ask, what are those common concerns, sexual health concerns that we find around us, and we should be worried about? Those common health, sexual health concerns that and you see, and you're like, no, this particular one we should be worried about. Are there anyone you could let us in?
Yeah, sexual health concerns from both a male and female angle of reproductive age can be some people the size of their genitalia. Genitalia is like the male penis or the female vagina. So things like, I'm talking about adults now, so I'm sorry, I just hope children are not some under 18 and not watching under 21. But anyway, size of people's genitalia can influence the way they seek sexual health, because it may affect their self-esteem. It may affect the way they appreciate, having sex with their partner. Most important, safe sex. If you are not having one sexual partner, it's important you practice safe sex. But safe sex involves using a condom and checking your hepatitis B, C, and retroviral like HIV status of you and your partner, because multiple sexual partners, there's risks of sexually transmitted infection and infectious disease. But when you have one partner, or you're someone that can vouch for your partner, or you're someone that is married, it's important to understand things that may affect your partner's preference for sex. Some people's genitalia, as I was saying, some people's discord or inability to appreciate each other, because for you to always have sex as preferred, because the male would always prefer to have sex almost all the time, majority of the male, because they are moved by what they see, unlike women that are moved by what they feel, how you treat them. So it's important that in discussing sexual health, both partners involved understand what makes them want to have sex, what makes them appreciate sex. Some people may be a relaxed state of mind. Some people may be ability to be appreciated and loved, thinking loving thoughts about your partner throughout the day, depending on the act of service or love language your partner has communicated to you throughout the week or throughout the day. Setting a reasonable time to have sex. So it's important that things that can impede people, they are specific to the individual. Some individuals can say, when I'm stressed, I don't want to have sex. Stress will work. Some people may be hurt from the past. They may not want to have sex, or they may see sex from an angle of stress. Maybe if it's only done for procreation, if they are not well appreciated, if their body is not well appreciated, fondled properly, if it's just for procreation, most women will see it like, okay, we've had kids and they don't appreciate sex. I've seen couples just not had sex for 2 years, 3 years, 1.5 years. I'll be like, what is happening? But these are reasons, that are specific to individuals. Individuals have the way they see sexual health, and it's important we promote these conversations, because sexual health will improve connection between you and your preferred partner. I hope that helps.
Yeah, it did, and it's time for us to go for our mini feature, and our word on marble. I will be right back, so don't go anywhere. Stay with us, Doctor.
I've been discussing sexual health with Dr. Omotolani. Welcome back, Doctor. I guess you're still there with us, so that Lori will give her question. Hello, Doctor. Are you there?
Is Doctor still with us? Okay, I would have loved to ask her what are the common causes of low libido, and
she will need to answer that question.
And the remedy that is needed.
That is needed, right?
We know when a man goes through andropause at a certain stage, from there about 40, 45, he is due to go through certain things. But can we just talk about the sexual health on low libido? What other reasons can actually bring low libido, and what would be the remedy? I would have loved her to still.
And I want her to.
Let's believe she's still coming back.
She's going to come back, because I want her. Then I want to understand the connection between sexual health and mental issue.
Mental has to do with your state of mind.
Yeah, I want. Let's have that connection. What's the connection professionally between mental health and sexual health? Because they will say, okay, when you're stressed, go into the other room. It will ease the stress.
Like all this,
like all those ones you get.
The one that will relax your nerves, the one that will make you to sleep well, the one that will actually relieve you of the stress. It's all
and being that mental health is also helpful, so she will know how to connect. Maybe in the course of counseling, people
I just believe.
See, just go and okay,
doctor is back. Okay, doctor, you're welcome.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Welcome back. It's good to have you back. Okay, so Dr. Omotolani Oyerinde is a mental and a psychologist. So we're talking about sexual health. And I want to ask, apart from the fact that we have come to understand that andropause comes to men at a certain stage of their life, and so it also affects their sexual life, not permanently, but comes like that temporarily to just show some signs that you are now going to that particular age, that you don't take things anyhow, and you need to slow down a little bit and all that. How can we term what are the causes of libido? Libido, when you have a low libido activity, what are the major causes, and are there remedies or advice as your kind of profession? What advice would you give to such person, even if the person is not going through andropause or anything? That's a question I want to ask you.
All right, thank you for your question. I hope you can still hear me clearly. Okay. So for men, most times, between the ages of adolescence to mid-adulthood, maybe about 45, most of them may struggle with premature ejaculation. That may be indicative, not necessarily of a problem, but maybe sometimes anxieties. with sexual intercourse. Sometimes just it may just be a very mild counseling or seeing a specialist like a urologist that may help them ease that if it is concerning. Sometimes improving Kegel, that's like a form of exercise to strengthen their pelvic muscles. So there can be challenges with sex at different ages. For women, it may be something we call vaginismus, where they tighten a lot and that may look like their partner is unable to penetrate. So for such women, you may need to encourage them to always relax. You may need to do a lot of fondling for the partner. You may need to make sure that they are relaxed, maybe give them flowers, take them out, make sure they are very relaxed before a sexual intercourse, because as I said earlier, sexual health is particular to the individual. Then for older men, they may come down with health challenges that can affect blood flow to the sexual organs, such as diabetes, hypertension, and cause things that we call erectile dysfunction. So if a man has things like that, it's important that he sees a specialist, or if he has been battling with high blood pressure. So medications can also affect the ability of the penis to stand erect. So erect and ejaculation, they are different things. So if a man is struggling with any of that, he needs to see his doctor. It could be from stress, sometimes work stress and stress of relationship or anything. Depression can affect a man's ability to desire sex or even have erection. But it's important that whatever is noted, you seek help immediately. The first step is acknowledge, know that there's a problem, and seek help. So if your sexual health is important to you, because in life you pay attention to what is important to you. If it's important to you, then you have to be intentional about promoting it. Anything you don't work on is not going to work. So most times people don't work on things like their sexual health, relationship. It's not going to be a magic. But you work on going to church, you work on spirituality, you work on your profession. If you don't work on things and put intentionality into your life as an adult, nothing is going to work. So we need to understand that if sexuality is important to you, just the way the presenter started by talking about exercise to stay fit, if your sexuality is important to you, you will know more about it. You join Galaxy TV, you listen, and you know how to take care of it and seek help. For a woman at a particular age, dryness in the vagina due to menopause, because menopause can occur at any age. It can occur in your 30s. So menopause is not necessarily in the 50s. Sometimes people have early menopause. So if there's early menopause, then the woman should be looking at, and she's having a lot of dryness when having sexual intercourse, she should seek help early if her sexual well-being is important to her. I don't know if that helps and you can hear me, because I think I'm frozen.
Okay, now
not frozen.
you're
We are
not
very
frozen.
much
We are
can hear
hearing you very well. Now you are a mental health advocate and a practitioner, and you have to do with a lot of family health. Now, while we went on that break, I was saying I was going to ask Doctor, what's the connection between sexual health and mental health? I know that in the course of counseling and in your therapeutic duty, you must have told some patients that, see, you know what, just go and relax with your partner. Just go. So what's the connection between sexual health and mental health? Knowing fully well that that's where you have, has there been cases where you just tell your whoever you're counseling or talking to, see, this is not a mental health issue, this is a sexual health issue, or you're lacking in this area? So what's the connection between sexual health and mental health?
Thank you very much for that question. So we must all remember that human beings are social beings, and in being social beings, you must interact. Loneliness in itself, can damage the mind and the body system. And when it gets to a particular age, every mature male or female wants attention, wants attraction, and so many factors. That's why you and I, we are looking, look at both of you looking so beautiful in the studio this morning. Being presentable is going to make you attractive, even to me that is your guest, and people watching you. So every human being, want to be attractive. Human being, you want to look good and all that. So your mental health and sexual health, they are connected in the form of, first, attraction and attention. Secondly, it can help you to, form social connections, and lastly, because for you to be sexual, get into a sexual intercourse with somebody, it starts from attraction and connection, and well-being, seeing that, oh, this is a healthy female, this is a healthy male, and other factors playing out. But in terms of mental health, people should understand that intercourse and orgasm and the ability to have a healthy sex in a good frequency, depending on if you are looking for children or a lesser frequency if it's just for pleasure, it's important to well-being. And you must actually understand this for you to be able to know why you should have sex. If you know the why of why you're doing something, you'll be able to do it. If you don't know the why, sometimes you just say, "Shebi, we are giving birth to 2 children, we're no more having sex," or you feel you're no more attracted to your partner. So it's important that we look out for the fact that mental health in itself is the state of well-being where a human being, that's the definition, is able to work productively, is able to realize your potential, is able to cope with the normal stress of life, because there's stress as an adult, and you're able to contribute to your community. So how do you cope with the normal stress of life? We are talking about the hormones released during sex. So your ability to understand that your sexual health is important in your mental health is going to help you release hormones that will manage your stress level, that will manage your productivity. Dopamine comes high to help with productivity. Sex is something that helps release dopamine. And that is sometimes people that abuse substance. Let me bring this in. People that abuse substance, that take a lot of alcohol, cocaine, and the rest, because it is giving them a dopamine high, some of them may not be interested in sex because the dopamine released during taking all those substance of abuse is even higher than that released during sex. So you may meet a man that is on substance that will tell you that I've not had sex because I don't want to have sex, but he's getting dopamine from substance. But the disadvantage of substance is that it's damaging your body and your mind. But sex is not going to damage your body, it's not going to damage your mind. It's going to release healthy chemicals, healthy dopamine that will also help your productivity. So people must understand the good way of coping. Sex is a healthy way of coping with a right relationship. Substance abuse, which will also release dopamine, is a very unhealthy way of coping with stress. So mental health and stress are closely related. Example, for women, to prevent depression, we want them to be married sometimes, because loneliness in women can cause a lot of depression and can affect their well-being. Also, there are statistics that say that being married or having a healthy relationship can promote good mental well-being. So everything still boils down to human being understanding that we are social-centric, we are social beings, and all these things play a role in the higher order of creation, where God wants us to have sex, procreate, and also for pleasure. So your sex and your mental health is closely related. You can't throw it away, because sometimes some frustrations can be because there are a lot of unhealthy chemicals, stress hormones that you can release during sex. I hope this helps. Thank you, and I hope you can still hear me.
Yes, you have done a great job with that. My final question to you will be, what will be your advice to husband, partners who are having sexual problems in regard to not having the right way with the wife, or the wife complaining about the husband? What will be your advice to them? And also, is it advisable for couples who are just coming into a relationship or into marriage, into the institution of marriage, to have a proper understanding of their sexual life before they come together? So you have 2 questions there. Can you help?
All right. Thank you. So the first one is a couple having sexual challenge. What would be my advice to them? And if there's a need for sexual education before marriage. Is that a summary of what you said?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so for the first question, if a couple having challenges with their sexual well-being must look into what are the causes. If they are not communicating about this, if the wife or the husband is just keeping it to himself and not talking about it to a trusted person, first the wife, if he doesn't want to talk to the wife, he should talk to a counselor, a therapist, talk to a doctor, so that it can be rightly helped. And if it's the woman having a challenge with her husband's frequency, because our libidos are different. Some couples, one partner, it may not necessarily be the man all the time, it may be the woman's libido that is even high. So we must understand where we are, where our partner is, and seek help on both sides by properly communicating and finding ways to help each other. Also, if the man is old and has diagnosed conditions that may be affecting his erection, and the woman is frustrated about that, then they need intensive counseling and other ways to find sexual expression if they are not looking for kids. Because they can actually do a lot of frolicking, they can do a lot of other ways of expressing, because the most important is for the man to ejaculate and for the woman to reach a heightened pleasure where the clitoris of a woman is properly stimulated. So it's important that they find a counselor, get proper sexual health counseling, so that they can express their sexual pleasures in other healthy ways prior to when they receive enough help to help with the man's erection or the woman's ability to be wet enough to assist with sexual pleasure for both partners. But that's for my the answer to the first question. Then the second question, the answer to that, it is important that couples receive sexual education. And this is because I've had cases where couples get married and they've not consummated the marriage for almost 6 months to 1 year. Because in the marriage counseling in church, nobody talked about sex. Nobody made them understand that even if you're a virgin or you're not a virgin, sex is a very important part of marriage. So there's no consummation, and when the marriage is not consummated, then I don't know if you can say more about that, because you are more of into understanding the various laws of the land. If a marriage is not consummated, even if it is legal, it's not. I don't think the law recognizes it as really married, because they've not consummated the marriage. They've not had sex for a year. I've seen couples separate because of sex. So it's important that in marriage counseling, even if the church is shy to talk about it, or religious organizations, the mosques, they should invite these people to see therapists. Healthy conversations on Galaxy like this can be posted to the couples. Let them know sex is important. Let them find out if they have preferences. Let them talk about these things, because it's an important way of staying connected in marriage. It's an important way of thriving, of helping your well-being, and of progressing. So sex is important for couples. Thank you so much. I hope this helps.
Yes, you have done justice to today's topic. Yes, we have been having a conversation on sexual health with Dr. Omotolani. She is, of course, yes, a mental health advocate, a therapist, and a practitioner. So she's all in one, and she has done justice to it. Her social media handle is at Oluwatolani. Yes, you can. I think that cuts across all your social media handles at Oluwatolani, or just for IG, or is that also for Facebook or your X? But I know that IG is at Oluwatolani. So please go check her out so that you listen to more conversations like this. And we need this. We've been encouraging on the show that speak out, talk to a therapist. Mental health is real. You can. It doesn't cost much. You can actually get one. Thank you very much, Doctor.
I wonder how they feel when they are being called a shrink. I wonder how they feel when they call them. You want me to go and see a shrink? Excuse me.
You'd have asked that question.
Yeah, I would have loved to.
You'd have loved to ask
I would love to. I will ask one of these days.
Like, how do they feel
when they call you a shrink? You're recommending me to a shrink. I need. Are you telling me I'm a low? It is not that you are it's just it's a way of trying to balance your life, your well-being, your mental state of mind. And that's why we can I think it was Pablo that was asking us, really, do they still exist? Yes,
they do. Psychologists, yes, they do.
Mental health personnel who are professionals who will take you through that journey and explain those little details that you need to actually look out for your well-being. It's for your well-being. It's not because you are colo. No, it's not. It's just because your mental state of mind It's very important, and it talks about every part of you, from the strain, one of the strain from your hair down to your foot, and it goes a long way. So please, you can always send this, like you heard her. You can. She is recommended. You can send this particular one and many others that we've been talking about. Send it to your loved ones. Share it, love it, like it. In short, love it. Don't like. Love it. Like I always say, I love myself. Anytime I post, I love because I see love in me. I see myself as a love. So if I see myself as a love, if I see Kayode, if I see Ogadewale, if I see Joy, if I see anybody,
I'm your special love.
Okay, she has added another one. So now we still have some few minutes, and I want us to really utilize it well.
Yes.
Now, with these little details and information, you know, before she mentioned the church, I was saying it. I'm going to post this on my church platform.
I saw the look.
Now, I'm not posting. It's not just my church. It's just a way of trying to pass a message across, and the message goes a long way to help each and every one of us.
Very true.
In our inner corner, in our home, like you heard a couple divorcing, all because
and truly what she said is true.
It goes a long way.
The law gives provision. If you've stayed as a couple for 1 year without it, you have the right on those bases to divorce. Yes,
seriously.
Yes,
now
under the law.
Another thing is this: we have many in our religious centers or you know, gatherings whereby couple just coming together. That's where I want to go. Coming together, you know, as husband and wife. Of course, you are not allowed to have any sexual intercourse
until you say I do.
Until you say I do. So in a situation like that was why I asked that a question, that is it not advisable that couples who are just coming together as husband and wife comes to the understanding and the knowledge of knowing what it means to be sexually healthy, sexual activity, anything that has to do with that, so that it will be easy for them. Because these are two who are yet to know each other in the other room, sexually. So now they are coming together as husband and wife, just like they go through the normal counseling. That aspect is being omitted, and it needed to be discussed.
And that's the most important.
And it's best discussed by a professional.
Yeah.
It's quite different from the spiritual thing now.
It is.
It needs to be discussed by a professional. And I'm recommending to all our religious centers, the church, the mosque, and every other religious places whereby we have newly about to wed, that there should be a sexual health personnel who is a professional who will be there to counsel those ones as they come together as one, so that they will enjoy what it means to be married, they will enjoy what it means to be sexually active, they'll understand what it means to, you know, flow with their partner by the time they're married.
And you know, like just like what Dr. Mata was saying, some people just see sex like the moment I give birth, I'm done.
Yeah, I've
not once, not twice, I've had women say, I've given birth to all my children, so what's the essence? You know, sex is not about, your sexual life is not just all about childbearing, you give birth, and you know, there is more to it. It brings about, just like you said, you know, when she was talking about mental health, you know, it helps with a whole lot.
I was just like, you are in tune with me. Anyway, it's another beautiful day. I hope you had a wonderful time today on our Healthy Thursday, and I want to believe today is another beautiful day for you and I. So let's go all out and explore. For the next program that is coming up, for many other programs that's coming up on Galaxy, you always pick something meaningful. On that note, hope to see you tomorrow. My name is Remain Olori Adejoke Atobi David. Bye for now.
All right, tomorrow it's Friday, and it's going to be the first Friday in the month of September. Prepare your heart. You know, now for some of us, Holy Ghost camp everywhere. Come. Yeah, it's tomorrow.
Oh my God, yes.
I said, let me remind you on that. Now tomorrow we'll be dealing with expectation as our topic. Now expectation. We used to hear, let your expectations be high. Hey, don't put your expectation on somebody. Me, I will put my own on Olori. You know, so we'll be having that conversation.
Oh my God.
Expectations tomorrow. Let's know what it's all about, and please join us. Don't go anywhere tomorrow, so that we'll have that good conversation. It's always Friday, and we keep it relaxed. You know, we laugh, we joke, because it's just the weekend we are entering into, so we want to unwind. Thank you very much for being a part of today's show, and thank you to Dr. Omotola for joining us via Zoom across the shores of Nigeria. We appreciate you. Thank you. You can go check her Instagram handle at